The year is 1945. The Allies are celebrating after Hitler killed himself, and now they're establishing the New World Order. And one of the first things they do, they divide Germany into four. The Soviet side already established the GDR. Life in the GDR was pretty bad, but the leader had a plan. A 5-year plan to rebuild industry and to rebuild agriculture. This failed. Millions of East Germans fled to the West, but the ones that stayed got to see the worst in the government. But West Germany, under the Marshall Plan, started to rebuild its country. And East Germany was still destroyed, and the people started to protest. The protesters went to the government building, and they protested for hours, until the president at the time had to call in the Soviet army to put down the unrest. The uprising only lasted for a day, and this was just proving the communist failure in East Germany. Well, it looks like East Germany's doing okay, and industry's pretty good, and agriculture's pretty good too. But not everything's sunshine and rainbows. And the government controls how much you make and how much you produce. And the government has a way to get rid of political opponents. A group called the Stasi. They spied on the population and killed anyone who got in their way. Even TV stations were controlled by the government and broadcasted propaganda. And grocery stores were okay, but they were controlled by the government. If something ran out, you had to wait days, weeks, months for a way to get restocked. And by the end of the decade, East Germany was the fastest growing economy in the Eastern Bloc. But one downside of East Germany was the Berlin Wall, dividing Berlin into two. Then people started to protest to bring down the wall and to reunite Germany. But the president at the time, Erich Honecker, wanted to put the protest down by force. But the East German Politburo voted him out of power. Then the government announced the travel ban will be lifted and East Berliners can go to West Berlin. Later that day, East Germans decided to leave and go to the West. Some began to topple the wall. The Iron Curtain began to stop existing.